Sunday. So glad you're here. If you have any special requests for today's practice, go ahead and put them in the chat. I'm going to check in with the rest of the class. Hi, guys. How we doing? Right? Does anybody else know about all the planets aligning today? There's 5 planets and 2 asteroids, right? And it's 12/12. So if you're feeling a certain way, and that can be anything on the whole spectrum. Does this sound good? Guys, I think we fixed the microphone. I'm so excited. It was a user error. First of all, I'm so glad you're here and that you chose to come out here on a day when energy can feel a little funny. So I'm grateful and honored that you wanted to practice with me. Do we have any requests for today's practice? Any physical side body? I like that move. Side body. Okay, knees. Anything on here? Hips, side body, joints, knees, and you don't want to be in your head right now. Is that a thing? I can help you with that. So we're going to actually begin this practice in an easy seated position. So whatever that looks like to you, most of you are probably already there. Maybe a crisscross applesauce. I have to yell at you. And just take a moment to scan your body and notice how it feels. So you can kind of see like it might not feel comfortable to sit like this. Maybe the legs need to be out here. Maybe I need to sit on a block or a bolster. Does anybody need a block before we get going too far? Oh, Janet went and got her own. Anybody else need a block? Will you go grab me too so I can demo with them? I totally forgot. Sweet. So as you're finding your way into your comfortable space, take a deep breath in. As you exhale that breath out, allow yourself to start to relax into your body, into this moment. And what does that mean? It's really up to you. But how I can interpret it a little bit better is it's like you feel like you're fitting back into your body. Everything gets a little heavier. The back of the neck starts to relax, the jaw, the forehead. The breath is big and gentle as you inhale and exhale. And just for a moment, you start to feel a little bit easier in your physical body. Allow whatever thoughts need to show up in this space to show up without any judgment attached. How do I physically feel? Is there any resistance or tension that I can let go of in this moment physically? Maybe I notice that I'm leaning a little forward or back, and I can find an adjustment here to bring me closer to a neutral space. Find a little bit of a cleansing breath here. As you inhale, fill up the lungs, expand, open the heart. Exhale it out of the mouth or the nose. Take another big full breath in, expand, open up. Exhale it out. Drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Eyes can stay closed. Chin comes to your chest. Drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Back up through center. Other side, drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Chin to chest. Right ear to the right shoulder. And back into that neutral space. Scan your body. How do you feel? Where do you feel? Relax. Draw an awareness to how you feel mentally in this moment. This morning may have already had some chaotic things, but how do you feel in this moment? Slow, gentle breath in. Slower breath out. Allow whatever needs to show up in the mind to show up in the mind. Allow it to be there without any judgment. And let the thoughts flow like water. They don't need to get stuck and stay. Taking one of your hands and gently tapping with your fingertips right on that third eye, between the space right above the eyebrows. Relax your shoulder, your jaw, deep breath in and out. Rest that hand back down. Finally, we're going to begin to draw our awareness to how we feel emotionally in this moment. Palms down to the knees, or if you're in another space, down to the legs in some manner. Inhale, peel your heart for a little baby cow. Exhale for a cat, pull in through the belly and the chest, drop the head. Inhale, rock and roll open and expand that heart. Exhale, curl up and in, chin to chest. Last one, really big inhale here. Long, slow, gentle exhale. Finding your way back into that neutral spine. How do I feel emotionally in this moment? And allow all of the emotions to show up. Remind yourself that there's not one emotion that is better than the other. They are all equal. They all show us something differently about ourselves. They're just tools. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, relax what you can where you can. From this space of clarity, I offer you to set an intention for this practice, and that can literally be anything in the whole wide world and outside of this world, anything at all. But allow that to be what guides you through this practice today. So if I want to have more peace in my life, as I move through this practice, I will not be forceful, I will not be judgmental, not be hard on myself or others. Get the vibe, right? Setting your intention here. Take a slow breath in. Gentle breath out. 2 more just like that. And holding on to that intention as we begin to move throughout this practice today, knowing that at any time you can always come back to a child's pose or a seated space to reset your breath, to rest, to refocus. As you're ready, gently let the eyes come open into this space. We'll find our way into a tabletop. So you can roll right over the ankles, or you can slide those legs around to the side. Beginning to stack the shoulders over the wrist, hips right over the knees, lift and activate up through your tummy. So crown of the head's reaching towards the top of the mat, tailbone reaching towards the back. And if we're here, then we're a little bit out of alignment in the spine. So moving through some cats and cows, keep that length, maintain that strength. Inhale, peel forward for a cat. Lift up the belly, lift up the crown of the head. Try not to crank the neck. Exhale, curl up and in for the cat. Inhale, rock and roll it forward. Lift core, open chest. Gentle. Exhale, curl up and in. Again, inhale, rock it forward. Exhale, curl up and in. Tuck your toes. Press your hips back towards your heels just for a moment. Find your edge. And we'll talk about sensation today on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being hospital, 1 being asleep. You want to keep yourself between a 5.5 and a 6.5 range on your sensation scale. Come back up into a tabletop. Untuck those toes. Give them a little tip, tap, tip, tap. So no matter what I say or how my posture looks, make sure you're listening to your body. Right hand is going to inch forward in front of us. Left foot is going to inch back. See if you can find balance and stability here by lifting and stabilizing this low core. really activating through this left shoulder and right hip. Stay on the ground and work on this stability, or begin to lift the right hand and the left foot parallel to the earth. Hold that balance, get a little bit longer. Take an inhale. As you exhale, find tabletop. Scoop the belly up and in, gently land, and then start to inch that left hand forward, right foot back. So we can stay in this space or begin to lift and hover. Lots of length through the spine, very gentle with our breath. Nothing is forceful here. One inhale. Exhale, tabletop. Let's come right over to the other side. So you find your variation, spinal balance. Right hand lifts, left foot lifts. Stay right here and work on this core, or begin to tap the elbow to the knee. Inhale, extends and lengthens us back out. Notice the little stabilizer muscles working. Stay right here or take another round. Curl it under. Notice the wobbles. Drop the head heavy if you can. Use the core for balance. Inhale, back out, spinal balance. Slowly exhale, tabletop. Swish the hips and the head side to side. Ooh. Come back to center. Left side, left hand forward, right foot back, spinal balance. Stay grounded or begin to hover. Stay still or begin to flow. Exhale, taps the elbow to the knee. Press the ground away from you so you have more space. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lengthen. Come back into this tabletop. Tuck the toes again. Press the hips back towards the heels. Stay right here. Start to walk the hands back towards the knees. You're sitting a little bit higher. Stay right here or bring the hands back to the thighs. Notice your level of sensation. Can you breathe and can you relax? It's not about forcing. It's about listening and connecting to what your body needs from you in this moment and your energetic system. Come back out of this into our tabletop. Untuck those toes. Give them a little tip tap. Tell them you love them. Flip your hand up towards the ceiling, palm towards the sky, fingertips in towards the center of you. Kind of see if you can lengthen that elbow back out to the best of your ability. It's okay if it's bent. And then squeeze that hand. Give a little squeeze. Yeah, a little monkey fist. And release, yeah? Squeeze. If you work with your hands a lot or on computers, very good for carpal tunnel. Release. Let's do one more. Squeeze. And release. Come back down. Tuck those toes. I know. Walk back. Stretching out the bottoms of the feet. Option to take this a little bit deeper and rock back into a toe squat. So there's all levels, right? There's here, 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 and here. So core is pulling in. This is starting to work towards more stabilizing through the ankles. Not one is better than the other. Slowly come back into your tabletop. Untuck those toes. Let it go. Tip, tap, tip, tap. Right hand palm flips up towards the sky. Fingertips towards the center of you. Getting the elbow as straight as you can. Neck is nice and neutral. Little squeeze here. Squeeze that hand up. And release. Two more, just like that. Notice the level of sensation. Are you breathing? Come back out into this tabletop. Start to walk your hands forward like about a handprint. Shift your weight forward. Now we're in a modified variation of plank, right? So to extend. Leg sides here as you find gentleness with the upper body. Slowly beginning to come back to center. Take a moment to pause. Maybe gently roll those shoulders side to side with the hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes, find your way back to a tabletop. Spinal balance, right hand forward, left foot back. Get a little longer here. Awkward airplane, arm to the right, leg to the left side of you. Lift with everything you got here, and then plant that foot to the side, gate. Sweep your hands high as your hips move forward to stack right on top of that right knee. So we have our left leg out to the side. Right knee is underneath us. We're going for a side body stretch here. So take that hand down on the outside of you. Press your hip bones forward. Expand out through the left side body. Want to take this a little bit deeper, take a bend in your top elbow and begin to look up towards the ceiling. If that starts to bring you any tension or discomfort, please relax back out of it. Notice where the resistance is. Be kind in this moment. Slowly start to reach this left hand towards the ground. Walk those hands like a spider through center. Turn the left toes out. Walk towards that left foot. Hip opener. If this is too deep, hands on blocks here. Hands on hips. Always options. Check in. How do I feel? Where do I feel? How can I find ease in this moment? Check in with yourself. Everything that's showing up is showing up for you. So what you do with it, you know, it will, the rest will unfold from there, right? So you get to choose. Do I want this to be challenging and not listen? Or do I want to listen? Most of the time I choose not listen. I'm getting better. The more I teach it to you guys, the more I do it. Let's come out of this this lunge into our tabletop. Let's get off these knees for a moment. Downward facing dog. Tuck the toes. Lift those hips up and back. Inhale, rise high up on the tippy toes. Look between your hands. Step, walk, or hop. Forward fold, top of your mat. Once you get there, inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold, heavy head. In from your inner thighs, all the way up to the center of you, sweep those hands to the sky, tall mountain. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips, flowing like water. Let's do that a few times. Inhale, halfway lift, long, strong spine. Exhale, fold, heavy, bend your knees. Inhale, rise, use your core, not your back, the front part of the core. Exhale, fold. As we find our way to this fold, ragdoll. Grab opposite elbows. Super heavy head here. Gently sway side to side or find stillness. Up to you. Relax. Where can I release? Hands gently come down to the ground. Again, inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold, palm the mat. Find your way back to that tabletop, knees down to the earth. Spinal balance, left hand forward, right foot back. Lengthen and grow long through the entire spine. Awkward airplane, take that arm to the left side of you, leg to the right, lift, push the ground away from you, grow a little longer through the spine. Gate, plant that foot to the side, hips move forward, sweep those hands to the sky. Listen to your body. Side body stretch here. Earth or a block as the right arm reaches up and over. Option again to take that bend in your top elbow. Roll the heart open. Expand, breathe, be kind to yourself in this moment. Press. Here we go. Reach that right hand towards the ground. You're going to slowly walk through the center of you. So notice a little bit of hip mobility here, the core balance. Right toes turn out. We start to bend deeply into that right knee. Right? Hands can come to the earth or a block. Stay lifted onto the hips. We're wanting the right knee and toes to be going in the same direction here. So just glance down and make sure that that right knee and toes are pointing the same way. That way we don't have too much pressure on that knee joint one way or the other. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Find your way back into that tabletop. Take your time. There's no rush. I think we're done with these for a while. Let's find that downward facing dog. Tuck those toes. Lift the hips up and back. Here. Right. Not to judge yourself. It's just to how can I be enough for the next? It's going to lift to the sky as high as it can and then roll through that ankle one direction and then the other. Press into all 10 fingertips. You're so strong here. Modification is to come down to the left knee. Exhale, downward facing dog. Soften the knees. Walk the hands back, forward fold, back of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, tall mountain. Reach, look up. Hands to the hips for just a moment here, working on some balance. We're going to find, let me see how I want to move through this series. Because we're doing joints, okay. So, left foot is going to come in front of us. Maybe it lifts. Maybe it plays a little bit of hot potato. Maybe it comes all the way up into the chest as I wibble and wobble around. And those are your stabilizer muscles. So don't be mad at the wobbles. They're working hard. You need to be like their #1 fan. Like, go Team Janet. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So from here, we're going to start to roll through that ankle. So if we're on the floor, you can do circles. One direction and then the other. Point flex that foot. Same thing from the knee. So on the floor, kind of roll it one direction and then the other. Lift it, kind of roll the foot. We're going to start to extend that left heel as far as we can in front of us, wherever you can do that today. And step on it. Right knee starts to lift. So maybe it's here. Maybe it's all the way up. Yep. Find that movement through the ankle, whatever that looks like today. Fine. I can find myself looking down. And that heel out. Down. Step, stork, other side. So pull up through the pelvis. Find your variation. Breathe. Now from here, we're going to go into a runner's lunge. So this left foot is going to come behind us. You'll do one big step or a couple of little steps. Hands come down to the earth or blocks. Finding this runner's lunge, get as long as you can through the body. Lengthen through the spine. Know that you can always bring your back knee down to the ground here. Breathe. Feel that heat starting to build in the body. We're going to rise for a warrior 2. You spin the back foot flat and open as the arms cartwheel up and out wide. Modification, hands to hips. Right finger is towards the front of the mat, and you're looking over that right middle finger. You're looking over that right middle finger. Relax out through the shoulders. You're going to come up for a star. Toes are going to go out. And then you're going to warrior 2 right to the back of your mat. So left toes. Come back through center star. Warrior 2. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Reach up to that right side body. Hold here for a moment. Check in. Don't put any pressure on this back leg with your arm. That's just for balance. Look back to the left big toe. Right. A little deeper into that right knee. Say, I love your body. Runner's lunge. Bring the hands down to the ground or blocks. Back knee down. So I'm going to take a moment here to sink a little bit deeper into this lunge. We're opening up that back quad. Sometimes when our quads are tight, it can really affect our knee joints. See if you can grow longer through your upper body as you inhale. Gentle in your shoulders as you exhale. Okay, option. So we got this left knee on the ground, right, on the back. Flex that foot and start to pull it towards the quad. If that feels good enough, stay right here. If you want a little more, take that right hand around and reach for the back foot for that left foot. So you're like a little bit of a twist. You can do the right side, it's just a little more unstable. So, variation, just to tuck the toes, flex the heel, grab the quad. Relax your body. I love all of the giggles. They make me so happy. All right, gently release that foot down, guys. We're coming back into a plank or modified version of plank. Big full breath in as you inhale. Exhale, lower belly button to the spine. Back bend. Lift up through your core. Maybe lift your hands a little bit so they're not pushing. They're just, your back is doing all the work here. And then exhale back into a child's pose. Big toes are together. Knees are apart. Melt your hips. If it's not comfortable, bring the knees together. Hands back towards the heels. If it's still not comfortable, find a comfortable space in your body. So resetting here, refocusing your practice. Slow, gentle breath in. Longer, slower breath out. Maybe walking the hands over to the right side, lengthening out the left side body. You can take it one inch. Coming back through center all the way over to the other side, same thing. Soften your jaw. Relax, release. Slowly bringing the hands back to center. Downward facing dog. Tuck those toes, lift those hips up and back. Soften the knees, walk the hands back towards the feet, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Hands over to the right side of you. So hands can be on your shins, ankles, blocks, or the earth. Drop the head heavy once you get here. Really trying to, again, open up that entire side body. Slowly coming back to the center. Take another inhale. Oh, happy almond fold. Walk over to the left. Drop that head super heavy. Releasing what you can, where you can. Slowly come back through center. Again, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, belly button to spine. Roll your way up. Do another balance. If you like to use support, we got stools everywhere. Feel free to grab one. Hands are to the hips. Is going to lift up for that stork. Any variation. Okay? And then we start to slide that foot behind us. or both hands. If you do have a hold of the foot, actually, variation, please press the hip. Any variation you're in. Hips are forward. Take a breath. Still maintain the foundation and balance. Foundation. Gently release that foot. Coming back through stork. Lift it up. Extend that heel out in front of you. Lower it down. Step stork. Your variation. Find your stability. Send those knees to touch. Heel back so we can be grounded. Working on this balance. Lifted or bound. Where can you be gentle? It might be in your thoughts, it might be in your breath. Gently release that hold. Stork as your feet. Remember, it can be grounded. Extend the heels. Right? Wherever it goes, step, stork, right knee lifts. Go into lunge. Big transition here. Hands to the earth. One big step or couple of little steps as you land in that lengthened out runner's lunge. So alignment again here. Left knee on top of the ankle, heart and eyes reach forward, and the back leg is as straight as possible. Modification is always back knee down to the ground. Support yourself here however you need to be. Warrior 2, inhale. Spin the back foot flat, bring those arms out and open, and then reach them in opposite directions. So we don't want to be too far forward or too far back. Keep that right in the middle here. We're going to do our flow again. So you're going to leave your feet right where they are and just rotate. Rotate back through to the front of the mat. Adding in a little bit here. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Reach up, side body stretch. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, star. Inhale, peaceful warrior, just like water. Reach up and back to that side body. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, star, straight arms, straight legs. Warrior 2 to the front of the mat. Adding on one more round. Inhale, peaceful warrior. This time, exhale and let hold. Left forearm is going to land on your thigh. Right hand to the sky. Press to the outer blade of that back foot and then get even longer through the upper body. Long and gentle through the neck and shoulders. Option to go extended here, reaching that top arm overhead. Peel that right shoulder back just a little bit. Woo! Listen to the body, feel the burn. Slow the breath. Inhale, rise for star. Again, toes out, heels in. Exhale, warrior 2 to the back of the mat. So same series. Here we go. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, side forearm to your thigh or hand lands where it needs to today. Peel the heart open. Set up that strong foundation by pressing through the outer blade of that left foot. And then maybe go extended here. Collapsing towards the brings us back up. And jump around and face you quick so I can see everybody. All right, have a seat in goddess. Bring your hands down to your thighs. Knees and toes are going to move in the same direction. Relax your shoulders. Right shoulder is going to dip towards center. Look over your left shoulder, a little twist here. Relax your legs. Breathe. Yeah, come back through center. You're doing great. Twist to the other side. back through center. Inhale is going to rise us for star. Reach up, look up. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Shift your feet parallel to the short edges of your mat. Bring your hands down. You can always grab blocks here to support yourself in this fold. So thinking about getting as long as we can in our low back, really releasing through the neck and shoulders. We're going to be in this variation for just 5 breaths, so give yourself that space to really open up, lengthen out. After that final breath here, we'll inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. And remember, hands can be on your blocks or on the earth. When you get long here, we're going to take a little bit of a core movement. So a couple of options. We're going to take 5 to 10 rounds. A couple options here are just rocking your weight back into your heels, kind of picking your toes up a little bit, and then shifting your weight onto your shoulders and lifting up onto your tippy toes. And then you do that a few times, rocking back, and push into the ground as you lift up with your belly onto your tippy toes. If you want to do some hops here, you can do a little hop. If you want to take your handstand variations. I'm just going to do it and then flip over. It'll definitely be on camera. That's all I can do. Beautiful variations, guys. Come back to a neutral space in this fold when you're ready. Let the head be really heavy and neutral. Halfway lift and lengthen. Start to walk your hands over to your left ankle. Hook on if you can, or just get near. If you want to take this a little bit deeper, we got a twist variation for you. Left hand would reach to the sky. Listen to your body. Exhale, top hand down. Walk your hands through the center of you over to the right side. Hook on. Make heavy twist. Exhale, top hand down, come back through center. Halfway lift and lengthen. Fold, belly button to the spine. Roll your way. Got just a little bit more to do from this position. Toes out, heels in. Have a seat again for goddess. This time, goddess arms, okay? We're going to begin to take a side body stretch. Right up and over. Doesn't that feel good? Drop your hips a little bit more. Feel that. Oh, come back through center. It's pleasant. Other side. Breathe. It's okay to feel the burn. It's okay to shake. We're working on our response to that, right? Why is our response what it is? It's that quick. Breathe. Relax. Come back through center. Find that star. Go, oh, thank you. And back into a wide-legged forward fold. Last time here, got about 8 breaths. Just taking the fold. If you want to go upside down, any variation is fantastic. I'm going to give you a few shoulder binds if you'd like. Ragdoll is one we've taken earlier. Just grab an opposite elbows, little sway. Or you can interlace the fingers behind the back and let the hands fall overhead. Up to you. About 5 more breaths. That goddess get you choked up?
Relax if you're in this fold. If you're in an inversion, make sure your foundation is strong, but everything else is relaxed as well. Slowly finding your way back into your wide-legged. We're going to walk our hands to the front of the mat. Rear's lunge. Back knee starts to come all the way to the ground. Untuck those toes. Start to find that opening here. Tuck the toes. Lift the heel or catch a bind. Up to you. Right? It's okay to be in a button pusher posture. Boy, it's going to be a wild day, guys. I can feel it. Let that go. I think we need a child's pose. Let's come on back and do a child's pose. Let's do it. As you land here, option to bring your hands to touch over. Also, it could be like a way going, thank goodness this class is almost over. And now we're down to the chill part. I'm so grateful. Or actually what you're really grateful for in this moment. 4 of your most gentle, slowest breaths. As you're ready, slowly come up into your hands, and we'll make our way to a seated position. You can cross over the ankles or slide the legs around to the side. Or back where we started. Easy peasy. Yeah? It's interesting how energy can make something feel more difficult than it has been before. Right? Because y'all, we've done some power yoga classes in here on a Sunday, and this one is very heavy today. And that's okay, because we're honoring it. Instead of being forceful and judgmental and pushing, I watched all the different variations. It's beautiful. So let that be a good thing, right? And not that it just feels different and that's wrong, right? It's okay that it feels different, because we're actually getting to a place where we're listening to our bodies. We're listening to our energy. So we're going to find a seated tree. Right leg extends out in front of us. Big belly button towards your big toe. And find a space where this is comfortable. So you might need a bolster or block underneath this left knee. Start to shift your weight forward till you feel that resistance, that first sign of resistance, and then pause there. Take a breath. Relax your shoulders, your head, and your neck. Get a little bit longer, find that resistance again. It's in a new place maybe. Take a breath in, get a little longer. And then really soften shoulders, head, jaw, neck. And allow yourself to just be in a very vulnerable, released space here. Scan the body. Notice where you're feeling sensation or resistance. Take a breath. And just relax what you can with kindness and compassion for yourself.
Inhale starts to bring us back up nice and tall. Take your time through that transition and then find some heaviness in that aligned space. Switch sides when you're ready. Left leg extends, belly buttons toward that big toe. Get to that first sign of resistance, right? It might be further back than you want it to be today. That's okay. We're keeping our nervous system calm by breathing from this place instead of blowing past it. Relax the shoulders. Relax the head. Relax the neck. Take a breath in. Maybe you get a little longer. And then just melt into this shape. What can I do to be easier to myself in this moment? It might be my thoughts, my physical space. Last 3 breaths. And then as you're ready, inhale begins to bring us up nice and tall. I totally meant to do it on the other side, so we're going to do it here first. Reach your right hand on the outside of your right hip. Left arm is going to reach up as we press up our hips. Bend. Really press into the ground and breathe. Use your core, slowly lower back down. Find that place of neutrality in your spine. And then switch those legs. We'll do this. So left hand is going to come outside of that left hip. Right arm is going to reach up as I rock onto this left shin, pressing my hips to the sky. Definitely engaged and lengthened through my lowest part of my core, so I'm not crunching my low vertebrae here. Neck is easy. Slowly begin to lower yourself back down to the ground. Scoop through that core. Extend those legs out in front of us. Give them a little shimmy, a little shake. And then final seated position today, a little bit of a Badakanasana or butterfly. Feet are together, knees are apart. If you want more inner thigh, feet are close to you. If you want more outer hip, feet further away like a diamond. There's not one that's better than the other. It's just what you would like today. Set yourself up with any props that you need to support yourself. And as you inhale, you'll hit that resistance. Exhale, begin to soften. Shoulders, head, hands, anything that does not need to be activated in this space, allow it to be softened. You can always support your head with a block, your arms, your chest. Relax. Inhale brings us back up nice and tall. Go ahead and plant those feet, bend the knees, make your way onto your spine, setting up for your final back bend here. Back bend of your choice, I'm going to talk you through bridge pose,
but please feel free to take whatever you like. Fingertips down towards the heels, feet are hips distance apart. Press into the feet, lift those hips to the sky, and maybe walk the shoulder blades together behind the back. The supported version is sliding a block underneath the sacrum here, if you want to take that variation. Slowly lower down. Allow your body to settle. Let everything be heavy just for a breath. And then you choose feet together, knees apart, or feet apart, knees to touch. One hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Close your eyes. How do I feel? Where do I feel? Staying here as long as you like, or beginning to move to your final inversion of practice. Hip stand, just sending those heels to the sky. Knees can be bent. Happy baby, reaching for the outer blades of the feet, ankles or shins, whatever you can grab a hold of, as you flatten out the lowest part of your back and open those hips up. Any other inversion that's in your practice, just go there mindfully, not forcefully. Last 2 breaths in this inversion. Knees begin to pull into your chest. Give yourself a big hug for getting on your mat today, taking care of your body, your mind. And then allow those knees to just gently fall to the left side of your mat as the arms open out wide. Let there be some heaviness to the upper body, the low back. Knees back through center, taking any adjustment you need to take, and allow them to fall over to the other side. Knees start to come back through center. Taking any final movement you need to take to complete this practice today, and as you're ready, releasing out into your version of Shavasana. You can lay on your back, your side, your belly. We'll just take the next few moments to allow the nervous system to shut down, to reset. Allow the body and the mind to rest and heal. And allow that intention to begin to integrate. Big full breath in. Gentle breath out.
Slowly starting to come back to your breath. Maybe you just begin to deepen inhales and the exhales. Movement into the fingers and the toes. Energy as the body gently starts favorite side as we take our final check-in. How do I feel physically in this moment without any judgment attached? Just become clear and aware. How do I feel mentally in this? There's no wrong way to feel. How do I feel emotionally, energetically in this moment? And as you're ready, slowly start to make your way up into an easy position. Maybe the hands come to heart center as we close out this practice in a seat of gratitude. Gratitude for this physical body that carries us every single moment of every day. Gratitude for the choice and the opportunity to move and breathe together this morning. And gratitude for the intention that you set. Allow that to integrate throughout the rest of the day. Let go of judgments, fears, doubts. And we'll slide those thumbs up to the forehead, finding gratitude for one another and the energy that we just shared. Namaste, friends. Namaste, guys. How's everybody feeling? Good. Thank you guys for joining us today on YouTube. We are so grateful that you are enjoying these classes. If you have any requests, please don't ever hesitate to ask. Head to lovetheshitoutofyourself.com and sign up for our newsletter if you haven't already. That'll keep you up to date on our lives. And that's it. It's a wrap. I hope the microphone worked.